So we are at Wolf Gap Campground in the George Washington National Forest, right on the West Virginia line outside of Wardensville, West Virginia. We're going to hike up to Big Schloss Mountain, and we may, depending on how we feel afterwards, take the other trail over to Tibbet Knob. It's pretty chilly this morning. When we got up this morning, it said it was 19. No. Our thermometer said it was 15 degrees out. It was 14.9 degrees. And then when we got in the car and got started, it was like 19 degrees. So when we parked up here, it says 23.
Yeah, the car says 23.
Yeah, so once we get moving, we'll be plenty warm. You can see we're parked right here in the lot. Only one other vehicle here this morning. I was hoping the cold would keep most everybody else away. And the trail actually starts right here. And the beginning map here on the trail. And up we go. There's a nice campground here. Surprisingly, more people camping than I would have thought in the cold. Lots of ice on the trail. The ground's frozen solid. So this is a pretty perfect description of what the entire trail has looked like thus far. We're about halfway up the first incline. And it's just rocks and roots. Some occasional ice patches. There was a little spring crossing at the beginning. Swing around here and give you a view. And then that peak that's right up there, I'm assuming that's Tibbet Knob, where the other trail goes. It's going the opposite direction then. This is Mill Mountain Trail. The first major viewpoint on the trail up here. Sun's right in our eyes, so it's almost hard to enjoy it. Still on our way out to the summit of Big Schloss. Once you get up to the top of the ridge, it kind of levels out a little downhill, a little uphill here and there. Lots and lots of rocks. Right now we have the top of the ridge. Watch out for that, Sean. We have the rock ledge off to our side. All of the views are on that side. There's other areas where we're walking right across the top and you can see the whole way. Won't be able to see as well during the summer because of the vegetation on all of the trees and bushes. But right now the views are really great. It's a nice clear morning. Just like that, we're back up with views again. Alright, see you at the end. Coming up on our cutoff to summit up to Big Schloss. The rock formations up here have been really pretty. Really enjoyed this hike. Looks like we're in for a steep rocky climb here to the top.
So we have actually been walking the West Virginia state line along this ridge. So on our left is the West Virginia side, on our right is the Virginia side. And this bridge is just kind of a perfect example of the division between the two.
That's pretty cool. we finished Big Schloss Trail back behind us. We're back here at the car, and we feel pretty good. We had lunch, and I think we're gonna go hit Tibbet Knob now. So across the road we go, this direction. We'll start up that trail next. Tibbet Knob, 1.6 miles. And it is the Yellow Blaze Trail. Beautiful little moss patch there. Looks like a perfect place to set your tents. Except you're too close to the road to be legal. But it looks like there's a campfire there, so I guess people are doing it anyhow. This final push to the top is steep, bordering on brutal. Still haven't made it to the top of Tibbet Knob yet. Just at one of the overlooks. Got the trailblazers painted there on the rocks.
Nice property right there. Nice pond.
I'm actually at the top of Tibbet Knob right here, and as you can see all around me, there's no views right at the peak. The scenic view was the rock overlook that we stopped at just a little bit ago. For whatever reason, they don't take you up to the very peak and, you know, make the clearing there where you can see. The trail itself does continue quite a ways on up that same direction following the ridge. But we're not going that way. We're heading back down after making it up here to Tibbet. The trail is very interesting, very pretty in that it is a lot of rock bouldering. You end up doing a lot of rock scrambling. They just paint the blazes right on the rocks to let you know you're right on trail. So there's some ice in amongst the rocks right now, and that definitely makes it a little more of a challenge. But I'm going to flip the camera around as I'm getting back to the trail here, just so you can kind of see exactly what we're looking at. Mishap isn't here with me. He went ahead heading back on the trail. He is having some knee pain in his left knee. He has had total reconstruction done of that left knee in the past. And right now I think he's having like some patellar issues with it. Just some strain issues. So he's been babying it a little bit, and he's not moving across these boulders quite as quickly. So he head on back. I'm going to flip the camera around and let you see some of the rocks. And surprisingly, this is actually one of the easier sections. This is just walking across rocks. Some of it you're climbing up 3 feet, points to points. Hopefully you can see some of this. I've just heavy clipped here on the belt. But this is a ton of fun. It's like an adult playground. Caught up to the mishap. Can't say I blame you, baby. It's a little harder to tell what's ice and what's sand underneath of you through this section too when you're coming from the top end down. Yeah, that helps with the traction, the fact that it's sandy at least. If it was a fresh icing, that'd be very treacherous. All of this right here is ice. And then in between the rocks here, and then that big pad up there. Made it through probably the worst section there. Going up, it's kind of fun. Coming back down, definitely a little more treacherous. Woo, that was ice. So we finished the hike and driving back out. What is the name of this road? Was it Trout Run Road, I think? But you start on there in Wardensville. Really pretty drive up to the where the campground is where we parked, which was Wolf Gap Campground. I thoroughly enjoyed the hike. I think Mishap would have enjoyed it a lot more if his knee wasn't bothering him.
Oh, I still enjoyed it. It was great.
Really nice views up there. So if you get a chance to visit, you definitely should. Happy hiking. That right up there, that little rock outcropping, that is actually Big Schloss. I have a terrible time pronouncing that. So that's where we were hiking. And like I said, the trail actually extends past and just keeps following the whole ridge line down through there, then eventually connects into the Tuscarora Trail.